What's up, guys? Rob D, Boiling Point LTC on Twitter. I want to look at this live as it's going on real quick. So DigiByte broke out of that downtrend, that diagonal downtrend resistance yesterday, and we closed over it. However, overnight, a few hours ago, six hours ago or so, we started a dump. And now we broke back below that area. So we could have had a false breakout. It's easier to see on the weekly. So this could have technically been a false breakout of this ascending triangle. And, now we're significantly lower than what we were yesterday. So we dumped down about 22% already. You guys can see the candles that DigiByte puts in. There's a lot of candles with long wicks in it. There's typically a lot of volatility within DigiByte. Since there's not a lot of market liquidity, so it's very easy to, somewhat not manipulate it, but buy orders and sell orders can kind of, make the price fluctuations go crazy. So yesterday in the video, I was calling for that red box area, so like 136, 132, somewhere in there to retest that channel. And unfortunately, which is this red box here. So unfortunately, we broke back below that. This could have been possibly a bull trap or, a false breakout on the ascending triangle. We're going to have to see what happens with DigiByte now, but for me, that's a bearish signal, and we have to see what goes, what happens from here. But the 50-week EMA, we almost got there. We didn't quite touch it yet. We'll take a look at the Bollinger Bands real quick, and Bollinger Bands there. So maybe if we retest this 21 week MA and get a bounce off of there, so that's somewhere around 114. So on the daily, we could possibly have a pullback to, which is it's slightly higher than the 20-day moving average, the 21-day moving average on the daily. We're definitely gonna test this 50-day moving average. It looks like it's getting really close there. We'll see if we bounce on that and go from there. But if we do get a bounce off of there, it's got to be a significant bounce, guys. I might start laddering in, because we do have we could potentially get this bullish cross back over. Right now, the 50 is over top of the 21. You want it flipped around. But if we do get a bounce off of that, this 21 day, it will kind of, start pulling up as the 50 kind of flattens out. And then we could get a cross, in the coming days. If we pump, if we kind of hold this, it sucks that it dumped down so quickly. I would have liked some slower moving, a slower moving correction, down to this area, and then pop back up as these moving averages came up to touch it, something like that. But it didn't happen. It looks like we're testing the 50-day moving average now, and we're gonna see how this fares. If this breaks this, look to that 21-day, and then if we close below it, you could, potentially have some bearish pressure back on DigiByte. So long term, I was bearish on it all the way, back. Let's see, I had a sell signal pretty much around this red box. I think I had a sell signal weeks ago, like in April sometime. And then we pretty much came down to here. We dropped a good 33% or so from that signal. And then we put in 1, 2, 3 really nice daily candles. And the volume was picking up, which is what you want to see in an ascending triangle as you get closer to that breakout. But it looks like the buyer volume is not coming in to, close that pattern off the way we want to see it. So it's actually, we got some pretty significant sell volume coming in, which is almost equal to yesterday's volume already. So definitely not a good sign. We could be retesting. Yeah, we're hitting that. We just bounced off the 50. We didn't get a great bounce, so it looks like there's still some selling pressure there. And the 50 and the 21's pretty close together. And we also have these tops over in that area too. So these wicks are pretty much all here. We'll see if this area holds. If not, then we're probably going to retest the lower part of this ascending triangle again. But you got to take the information you're giving. Yesterday looked really good. We had increasing volume, and let's see, the R side looked pretty damn good, especially since we got we gradually made higher lows, and then boom, we popped off. We kind of topped off, it looks like, and hopefully it's a retest, but just be prepared. We'll see how today's candle closes, but it looks like it's moving really, really quickly, so it's going to be hard to stay on top of this unless you're sitting there watching it all day long. But yeah, so we went up 45% from yesterday's bottom, and now we're coming back down 25%. So hey, I mean, if you go up 45%, down 25%, you're still making 20% every day. So you're making 10% every day. That's not bad. I'll take that. I don't like to see these long dump downs, but unfortunately, that's what happened. And that's where DigiByte is right now. It looks like a false breakout, possibly a bull trap. And we'll have to continue monitoring this. But if we do end up retesting the bottom support of this ascending triangle and fall below it, we come back up and retest it. Like down here, we fell below it, came back up, retested. On the very next day, we came back up, broke it, came back down, retested it a couple times, and then we went up. So if we do something like that again, and we do break down, and all these, look at all these, so there's definitely buying pressure down below this triangle, without a doubt. So the trend is still up on DigiByte. Don't get down on it. It's a rough morning, so we'll have to take this in stride. But from our low, we're still up 65% in about 5 or 6 months. So those are not bad numbers. We can't always have those 100 and 1,000% increases, but it is what it is, and we'll just have to keep monitoring this. But Litecoin also yesterday, 2 days ago, broke above into my upper channel of this. Yesterday we got a nice pump over 100, but I was also warning people to watch out for this ascending triangle as well, that we might possibly dip down from that. I mean, over 100 is really nice, get the party going and all that, but it doesn't mean that we can't come back down. So we tested the top of that now, and we're going to try to use that as support. If we use that as support, I could definitely see Litecoin continuing to move up. Let's see how the RSI is probably going to touch down into 60 again and retest that. So remember, guys, on the daily charts, anytime it doesn't show a lot here on Coinbase, it shows it more on. Let's go to the Bitfinex chart. So this goes way back to 2013. So basically, anytime it uses 40 as support, you could go 40 and up in a bull market. Then you're going 60 below on a bear correction. 60 will actually be your tops, and then 40 will be your bottoms on your daily. So if you guys can see that, basically anything over 60 is going to give you a run up on the Litecoin daily RSI. Like, look at here. You know, we were over 60. This candle, we ran up. Over, you know, we stayed above 60. We kept moving upwards until we got a nice significant bounce, and then boom, popped up. We broke down below 60, used 40 as our 47 as our support, and we're making you know, higher lows on the RSI. We popped 60 again, and then that's where we started moving up again. So those are RSI levels to watch out for on the daily. And then on the weekly, this signal here is 47 for the weekly. So bull markets were above, you know, as soon as we break that 46, 47, we go bull. As soon as we break below 60, that's when you start your correction. So below 60 was like pretty much the top. So as soon as we broke that, you know, came back down. And then as soon as you break that 46, 47 level again, which was right about here, you're not going to grab the bottom, but you'll definitely grab a good significant, you know, entry. So if you would have bought on the break of 46, you're basically like somewhere in this area, like $1.80, $2 or so. And then we never dip below that again. And then the same thing with here, breaking down below 60. You're pretty much going to be selling off somewhere in the $20 range. You didn't get the, you know, you didn't get the $56 top, but $20, and then you're buying back down at you know, $2. So it's a, like, you know, a good 9x from there. So that's Litecoin. The trend is up in crypto, you know, despite the dump day. So for DGB, you got that nice 60% since November. For Litecoin, you're still looking at 320%. So the trend is up. Don't fight the trend. This is exactly what was going on in the correction phase. We get these nice runs, you know, to the if you inverted this chart, you'd be going from top to bottom. You know, that's basically what you're looking at, 240% gain. And then you're looking at, you know, a 60% dump. So basically take that as you're going like this. You're going 240% up and then 60% down. Something like that. It's just flip-flopped, guys. And then back here, you know, we're saying don't fight the trend. The trend is down, you know, even though you get these relief bounces, which is nice and all. But, you know, it wasn't a reversal. This to me is a full reversal. We broke 47. So now I believe, without a doubt, we're in a bull market. And we're going to have these pullbacks. You know, we had a pullback, a significant pullback here. You know, 25, 30%. We had one here. This was another 30%. So, you know, if our pullbacks are 30%, I'll take it. You know, when the trend is up and we're up 320%. So don't fight the trend. Just buy the dips if you're accumulating. This is not financial advice, obviously, but take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. And hopefully you guys can get some good information out of this. See how the daily's going for Litecoin. Yeah, so we were riding the upper Bollinger Band, which is nice. We broke below it. More than likely, we're probably going to retest it. Just from what was going on in the past, something like this. You know, you're above it, you're riding it up. You break below it, you retest up, and then you kind of come back down and cool off. So the bottom Bollinger Band has expanded a little bit, but it looks like it's going to start curving back up once we start correcting slightly. And then we also have the 21-day moving average there, and we have the 50 right below it. So those averages are going to start pulling up. The bottom Bollinger Band will start pulling up, and hopefully we get a bounce off this 60 on the RSI, and then we make another leg up. But that's pretty much what we got today, and I will update you guys later on. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.